compassionate. What do I do? If you don't want to, if you've heard this before, what I've done, or you're new, I'm going to start this. I'm going to put this as the introduction for the next 2 or 3 minutes. So for those who have been here before, I don't think I'm doing anything new other than what great big ears you got. GM 713, the rotation of the Mayan gearage 71320. Now, although they're months, 7 and 13, although they're months, it's 10 and is it 20 days or 18 months of 20 days? Is that what it is? Let me check this out. The Mayan have how many months in a year and days?
According to Canadian Museum of History, of all the ancient calendar systems, the Maya and other Mesoamerican systems are the most complex and intricate. They used 20-day months and had 2 calendar years, the 260-day sacred round, or Solkin, and the 365-day vague year, or Ha.
Did you hear that? The 20-day months, and then they had 20-day months. So they had 13 months of 20 days for 260. So now when I said the 7 and the 13, there's your 13, and did it run it 7 days a week? How many days were in a week? Let me look that up. How many days in a Mayan month? The 365-day year was divided into 18 named months. So 365 days into 18, hold on a second, into a year. The 365 year, and it was into 18 months, and that would it be 20 days equals to 360 plus 5 days. And you know what it'd be like? It would be like this. It would be like this. Yeah, I'm going out. So I leave the door. I leave the door, and I go out. But I haven't arrived. So where am I between here and there? Why do I talk about this right now? Is because it's tactical. When you're looking at a decimal or a point or something that's left over, it's because to get from here to where. And imagine if it was a strap. The strap would go around the chain, but it would be, that would be that moving part. But so would the wheels be the moving part. But it's the chain being thrust forward between the two through your feet, controlled by one on 2 sides. And the 6 cube actually tells me this about the bicycle right now. I see the bicycle right now in this because it's my pedals over here, right? I'm in the center here and I'm pedaling the bike. See that energy over there? It's pushing its way through. So it's pedaling the bike. So these two are turning over here. And this one and both bikes are going. Now the question is one bike going this way and one bike going that way? Don't know. So now let's get on to what is the 7 days? What is that 7-day mark? You see, on the cube, you see God rests on day 1. So what happens on day 1 if he rests? On day 7. So day 7 is a day of rest. Like you ever put the pinball into the machine? You put the pinball into the machine and that's it. The ball is in play. It never goes back to that spot again until the life of the ball is over. So God rests on that day, and then you're just doing that whole rotation of 6 days. And you happen to overlap the day of rest. And also, I like to sort of tear things apart, make them a little bit more elastic. The SIM card, the corner cut on it, the corner cut on the SIM card. And I am right? The SIM-IM. The SI is actually 5 and 1, and 5 and 1, or some things of numeric values that go with 51 or 15. One of them is, by chance, Mars. Take away the S, it's 32. Okay, and then add the S, because Mars is more than one. Ending in an S, ending in an ED, ending in an ER, ending in ING, ending with TY, ending with RY. All of these are indication telling a story. R is the 18th letter, Y is the 25th letter. The total is 43. 43 is DC. The multiplication will tell me a story. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3. So let me get back. Let me just stop the alphabet. Alphabet endings or add-ons. The S, the E, ER, the ES, the TY, the ED, the AT. Okay, now let me get back to the Mayan. I want to do the gearing. Where is the 7 days? Because I can't do this alone. I'm going to be so honest with you. I could, and I'm doing it, and it's coming out exactly the way it is. I'm doing it. Now, however you think my tactics aren't right, in what am I doing, first of all? I have created a method to decimate and rebuild Democrat and Republican. From the red and the blue pill, turning it into purple, 88. And inside 88, it tells a story. See the way this is inside? This is basically 3 areas cutting in between the 3 areas. What does it mean? What is 3? What is 2? What is 1? How can we get to this area of 3, 2, 1? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1, 3. So now what was the basic first 2 primes, which was 1 and 2, right? And 1 and 2 will 1 and 1 reflect 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 will create 2 and 3, and then 2 and 3 it jumps over. Okay, now let's not. Okay, I'll explain it. So this is what happened. 1 times 1 equals 2. That's right, 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So now we have 1 and 2. So 1 is back into this family. So now we go 2 and 1 equals to 3. And this is my AA equals B, okay, plus, let me see, AA, 1 and 1, plus A equals to 3C. And then what happens is 1 times 2 is you just have a B, right? And then 1 plus 2, and then you're going to end up with a C. And this is how AAA, you want to call it AAA? So we have, well, actually, this can never be. This is a B, but it is noted, okay, as A. It's a B because the average of the two, 101 away from each other, is what the distance is, B. Do you follow what I'm saying? So 2 times 3 equals to 6, and 2 plus 3 equals to 5. Now, the ironic thing about this is when you run them to the powers, right, it equals to 9, it equals to 8, it equals to the letter I, 9, and H, 8. Okay, so now I seem to be going fast. Now, I'm going to slow down. Should I get back to the 7 days a week? We're going to skip off of this, and let me just explain what the numbers are doing, what the situation is. We have just created from 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2, we created 6 and 5. So what happened is the invert to the 7th gate falls right here, where 1 and 2, okay, inverts into 5 and 6. Here, the next level is here, and then you have 5 and 6. This here will create the 2 and 3. The 2 is 2.5 times to get into the 5. The 6 is only 2 times. But irrelevant, yet you turn over these dice as you see them, and you're going to see the same thing on the other side. Just to understand relationships of numbers. Now, when I do that and I say 7, the relationship with 7 and 65, or 3 and 56, or wolf and 56. And the reason for that is their letter count totals 19 and 5, 24, and 22 is 46, and 5 is 51, and 14 is 65. So before you get here with Sev, you get 51 Mars. You have even the center 32, and that's the initial, that's a numeric value for 3 letters of MAR. Now we also have to understand what is the letter M. For me, I see the letter M as this. When you put this together, it becomes 4, 5, and 6 in Roman numbers. But the total of using both sides is I used up 7, 5, 1, and 1, just a total of all. If I multiply it, okay, 5 times 1 times 1, I end up with 5. If I add up, I get 7. And again, talking about the moon. The multiplication of this is 120 times 6 times 6, 720, 720 of the 1440 minutes in a day. I'm not putting these together right now. I'm just showing you all the information that comes out of it. Then we got to look at the information, dissect it, and see where else it goes. Just like the Mayan count, 25,920, but just like the hertz or the vibration of the planet of 432 turned into 440. So there's 8 missing here, there's 8 missing here, because maybe the 8 is the heavens pass. It's an area, it's an empty space. You can never see it. It's always there, but you can't calculate it. How do you calculate going up? You have to measure it. So where is the measurement missing? At the same time, right, I got a 12-inch shoelace, right? But when I start twisting back and forth the shoelace, going in its own strand, I end up with 10 inches out of 14 or 15 U's. Now, when I tie the shoelace together, it all becomes that knot. It's still 2 ends of the shoelace. It's the opposite end. You tie them together in a bow, but it's still the opposite ends of the shoelace, and it's just a continuous rotation. And that's also, there's a calculation for the NFL 50-yard line and the 55-yard line of the CFL, depending on whether you put the measurement of the shoelace into the center onto both sides. You follow what I'm saying? That 5 is an in-between. That 5 would be between the letters of M and N. That can go right over there, because the letter M and N divides the 2 halves of the alphabet, in which are 13 and 13, pretty similar to the 13 months, right? They said it. 13 months, okay, 13 months of 20 days is 260. And then they said if we have that, we then have to have 7 months of, hold on a second. Then there's, look, I'm just going to try and show it to you. First, they said there's 20 of this, right? So 13 and 7 is that 20. So how are the days working? Are they working 616 days? So it's a little confusing to understand the days of rest. But anyways, I wasn't there. I was on. I'm a little lost. Sometimes I get a little lost. I go off the pattern. The reason for this is the letter M. And if you take a good look at it, it's this. And that's a Roman numeral. So it's 4, 5, and 6. 54 equaling to the sun, 56 equaling to wolf. It could be 65. It can equal to 3 and 7. Just let me have a little bit here to drink. No, I'm going to stop with this for 1 second. I'm going to go back and explain what I do rather than jump into this. This is a little too much. I should continue with the basic. there are games out there. There are geometric shapes, and I like to understand what I could do, what I can't do, what somebody's imagination can do with these eights as to folding them, seeing them as a corridor. If I put lines across here and then lines across here, this can be a river or a waterfall coming from one point all the way down to here. So we don't know. This is also number 88. What goes over here? How many of these 88s do I need? The reason for that. Did you see this dice cube over here? The complete empty space over here. Now I can do this. I'm going to show you a design, and I'm going to show you this, where it comes to have one of these. The thing is, I want to know the size of a cell. You know, a singular atom, everything is made up of something. So if a singular atom or an electron or a proton or whatever it is, I want to see how small I can go, and then what I can do with that. And then I want to get bigger and see what I can do with that. And then eventually it's either overlapping or it's like the circles, you know, when you see the circles one over the other, that's only a skeleton of the story. There's something going on. And when you start to draw it square, or if you want to look at it this way with no color, you can almost see like they're rings or watches, and it's going off in a direction, and then the other one's going off in another direction, almost like maybe they're coming together, depending on the continuous artwork. And then you can see the way it folds in over here. Is it two arrows pointing towards each other? Is it a cube over here and showing, look, I can go through the cube over here. See that cube right over here? Let me see it again. And then again, can I fold it? So 88 is also purple. Purple is made up of red and blue. So let me continue to tell you what I do. So I calculate everything that exists. Things that just come up that's sort of in the stream right now. Nibiru, red planet. And also words. People start talking about words like kernel, and you don't spell it with a K, but with a C-O-L. Arise, but then you change the rise to arisen. So now when you say it differently, arise, we should all arise, arisen. So what does arisen mean? Arisen. We have rose. So if we have arisen, okay, then did we rose? And rose is now pink. So that's a mix of red and white. I create tons and tons of connecting pieces. What's rose in French? Okay, it's pink. It's made up of red and white. So we know this. It's information we know. We speak, at least like this is what I think. We speak. We say words, but we only use them in that context. If the word sounds like the word and could be used in a different context, as to the word rose, as to the word fed. So if you say fed, did you feed? So now they removed an E. They kept the word from fed to feed. One was in the future, one was in the past. One you were feeding, you added on the ing, which is 30, creation. I like to use the word creation, but I should find other words. The reason I use it is because the word day equals to 30, and I just keep thinking day of creation, the 6 days of creation. But is it the 6 days of creation? Remember, the beginning of creation, if you're playing a game, okay, creation, day 6, creation. So don't you have to make all these things? So if you're creating, you need a base create, and then you have to play. Start, end, game over. Start, end, and game over. Words, just a word in a game when you play. But where did those words come from? Just because somebody said? Why do people say things for a reason? Can you come up with something right now where are you going to look in the data bank if it's never been there before? And so you start putting things together, but you can't put anything together unless you know it's a wall, unless you know it's a floor, unless you know it's a ceiling, you know it's electricity, you know all these words. So through these words that you know, you make up something else. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to make it up. Conjunction. So yeah, so I'm still thinking of how the Mayan calendar works, but to understand also that there's really some ironic numbers, and the ironic numbers are right here. Okay, and check this out. Everything I want to just let you know something, that this cube shows me three opposite sides, three periods in hockey. 20 minutes equals to 60. 3 times 120 equals to 360. 2 times 180 equals to 360. 1 times 360 equals to 360, and then 4 times 90 equals to 360. Now, why don't I go 5 times 72? 5 times 72 equals to 360, and then 6 times 60 equals to 360, and then 7 times 52 is the months in the week. You see, it's reserved for Earth Gate, right? All the things that make up the 7: 16, 25, 34, 43, 52, and 61. But there's also 186 and 163 and 168 on this cube, because this cube and Rubik's Cube. Let's look at this as this, and then understand this like that. 9, 9, 9, 9. 4 by 9. 4 by 9 equals 36, and 2 by 9 equals 18. 18 and 36 equals to 54. 18 by 36 equals to 648. And 648, or 6480, divided by 72, I think the number is 6480 divided by 72 equals to 90, a 90-degree angle. See, it's all about that 90-degree angle. And when I calculate the, let me do this again. We're going to go 8 times 45 equals to 360. And then we can go 9 times 40 equals to 360. And then we can go 12 times 30 equals to 360. And then we can go 18, is that right? Or I'm not going to go 7.2, and then I'm going to go 18 times 20 equals to 360. So I'm going to understand how everything is based on 360, how we can do it without a decimal point, and also understanding that I use a base formation. Now, I can be totally wrong, but this is the base formation I'm using. It's A, B, C, D. That's my base formation. It's A, B, C, and they call C center C, and then D. Why do they call it center C, right? Like Wednesday would be center C, and then Sunday and Saturday would be 1 and 7. And then in between what 17Q is the passing gate. Now they're calling it C or CC. And one of the reasons you call it CC is because it's 1, 2, 3. And then it's 7, 6, 5. And then in between the 2 is 44 that connects them together. Here's your A, B, C, D right over here. Your division is right here between 90 and 120. The cube, everything is off of this thing. These are position, these are coordinates. Knowing that it's 1, 2, and I'm not even sure what to call. I'm not sure what to call these in the center over here. Can I call them and their entire space? Should I be measuring this square? Remember, right now we're doing a lot of things linear. Apply what is 4 by 8, representing Pluto, representing one of the three parts, a full cycle of the moon, which is 28, but 28 28 grams is 1 ounce, but 2.8 of something, 2.8, the cycle of the moon. Let me write this down. 2.8, which equals to 8 by 3.5, right? 8 times 3.5 to get that 28, to get the ounce and the gram, right? Gram backwards, Marge. Take away part of it, you have RAM. Now, if you go to the computer and you have RAM, your RAM drive, and what do RAMs do? Do they buck? Do they climb the stones? What do RAMs do? The RAMs horn. Anyways, 2.8. 2.8. We want to get to 3.5. So how many 2.8s do I need? Can I get to 3.5 by 2.8? 3. Yes. If you're going by 3.5s, 3.5 by 8 equals to 28. Right. So we need 2. I need 2 times 3.5. Just trying to see what this is. 5 is 10 is 14. Just trying to understand. Times 3 is to 84. Okay. So let me get something to drink. I'm going to come back. There's absolutely nobody here. Not entertaining for myself. I have to keep making up these stories. I'm going to come back and speak more about numbers, okay, and their relationship. If I would love to work with Lavette, are you out there? If you want to work with astrology, I definitely do that. And we go over the words. I mean, maybe I should just write down, tell me a whole bunch of things you're going to talk about prior, and I'll write them down. And like Venus is number 81, and Venus has a word sun, and V meaning life, also meaning a division. Also, the 2 letters of V and E in Venus is V4, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. So it's actually perfect, right? ABC does the same thing. A plus B plus C, A times B times C, 66. That is your division through the 7th gate, through H. Where do I get this information from? In Gematria, I create the artwork and the stories. Here's Mars and Pluto coming together, the 4th and the 9th planet. It's ironic. 51 Mars, 84 Pluto. Okay, the 4th and the 9th planet. 4 creates the mirror. ABC 6 plus 4D equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Creates the mirror. 3 by 28 equals to 84, the numeric value for Mars. 3 moons in the cycle. Okay, 3 moons in the cycle equals to 84 days. 4 cubes to create this. The cat, right over here, 5 and 9, all number 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. The odds, or the payout, okay, is you pay out 6 to get 7. 7 and 6 is 13, where the 6 you already had, but you put it on the line to get 7 back. So you started with 6, and now you have the 7 days of life. Here's your gematria scale. So over here is number 6, and over here is number 6. Over here is number 7. See the way it creates? This line shouldn't be there, right? So take away this line, and I'm not, forget about this top row over here. This one over here says 80. When this is created, 88 and 80 over here. So what happens is this one is in the center, and it connects both these sides. 1 ends here, and this one is 3, and it ends here. This one is 5, and it ends here, and this one is 7, and then it overlaps. This one overlaps, connecting 1 and 3. So what does 2B do? It connects 1 and 3. Now it's on this running angle inside. Should I have done it that way? Can I have done it a different way? Anyways, this is the way it's working. Now I might be able to switch the numbers. Okay, when a different one, if I'm putting it to the right. Let's say I was going to the right. So would I go 1, 3, and then I'd connect the one over here. So is it 2A and 2B? Is that what we would do? 2A and 2B, because it would be up here, and then it would be gone, so you wouldn't even use it. So anyways, 1 and 3 connected by 2. So 13 is connected by 2. 1 and 3 is 4 and 2. Now 3 and 5 is connected by 4. And then 5 and 7, which is the moon, connected by 6. And then it does the same numbers down here. And then when you go here, now when you go straight down, you go by 2s again. So it becomes 7, 9, 11, 13. So 13 ends up, 7, 9, 11. Yeah, 13 ends up right over here. And 13 becomes 4. And then up here becomes 2. And then over here becomes 9. So it's 7, 9, 2, 4. Let me write that down. 7, 9, 2, 4. So that would be, let me just see this. 7, 9, 2, 4. Okay, I'm just writing 63, 126 times 4. Wow, 126 is a connecting to the moon. Wow, 126 times 4 equals 504. The moon and the sun. 504, 16, 17, 18, 22, 526. Not sure what that is. I mean, it's just telling me about the Earth creation of the half-life, 26 and the dog pound. 26 is the dog pound. Anyways, so even when you come down here, this range where 7 is, because all the opposite sides of the dice are 7. When you come down to where 6 is, the opposite side of 6 is 8. So that means 8 goes right over here in between. And then the next level, 7, and then the next level is 9. The 9 will be right over here in between this one and this one, and this one and this one is number 5. Now the inverted cube to 5 is 9, and that's where 9 goes. Now after 9, you're going to go 6, then you're going to where 5, and now you're where number 4 is. So the opposite side of 4 is 10 over here. So if the opposite side of 4 is 10, you have 8, and the next one over here, that's right, it's 10 that goes over here. So it becomes 4 and 1. 10 becomes 4 and 1. And that's the home. 41 is the home. The home of what is. Here's another one like this. All these empty spaces. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get this out of here. Okay. So I'm gonna get a drink, and give me 2-3 minutes, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna just take my messages. Everybody take 2-3 minutes. Peace and love to everybody. The ring, you see, when you draw it like this, you draw the whole formation. But if I would just cut it, right, take away here, and then take away this one here. Just look at one of them, and then this looks like it's going this way. How can I show you that? You see the heart of something is either the heart for that side or the heart for this side, but it's shown in one design. So these, right, like you put your watch on it, there'd be one here and one here, right? But this is together. Should it be made apart? When you get a game, you have to unfold it. So we have to expand what we see. Anyways, these look like the watches. So there's the 8s look like the watches. So you got a watch here, and a watch here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 8 of them. Just trying to figure out what they're doing, and then we can finish them at the bottom. Although I really didn't want to, but maybe I will. But I have to get that drink. I need to have something to drink. Give me a minute. Trying to see if I can. Give me a minute. I gotta have something to drink. Very thirsty. Okay. Okay. So what do I do? What do I do? Should we just put a point on it? You know, you put a point on it like that, and it can almost look like it's going a distance. You know what I'm saying? Look at the distance it's going, it's traveling. And then this one, can we do it like a different color? I don't know. You can call it the red house and the blue house. So now you can see the way either you want to call it the ace that sits on top. What do we want to call it? What do we want to look? What do we want to give it as what it means, right? And now the question is, you see this V over here? So we filled that up, right? We filled that up with what do we fill it up with? God, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know if I should fill it with this or fill it with this. And also to understand that if you can't see what's going on here, my imagination, right? This is what I see going on in my imagination. I'm trying to see how much further I have to go with this. Do I have to go all the way out? I don't know. I don't know how far out I have to go. I don't have the I wish I had more squares to do this. Maybe I'm going to get some more squares. Hold on a second. Let me cut some squares out of this. I need to cut some squares out of this. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm cutting a piece of paper so I can get some squares. And I just had tape somewhere. Oh, here it is. Tape. Office supplies. Yeah, don't hesitate if you want to send me some office supplies. I don't know how it works. I'm not really into that thing. I never really take my time asking for you know. I just want to get this done already. I just think we have to be working a little bit more together. I want to, and I know there's others taking part 100%. right? But I just don't, there's something missing. And what I think is missing is a computer base, you know, to have everything in that base. I don't want everything in my head. Put a lot of, I should have did it from the back. Oh, I can't do it from the back side. You know what? That's the difference, right? Instead of taping it on the front side, if I would have cut this part back out here, then I can tape it directly in the back without putting tape in the front. Anyways. Okay, so now we're gonna get back over here and do it so we can count it. So now I'm gonna go here, and then let's see here. I go to here. You see the center of this? And then I'm gonna go all the way out to here, right? And then I'm gonna go all the way here. Now I gotta meet the center here. So now I have to come to the center here and come to the center over here. It almost looks like Babar the elephant. Hey, Babar the elephant, maybe that's his trunk or something. And did we get that right? We did that. We did that. And this might be that support, you know, for the club and the spade. The way it just ends over here, or the club and the spade just ends maybe over here. Oh yeah, it would end over here. It would end over here. And the reason it would end here, and it's not by my choice, everything, because look, this ends over here. So that's the first ending we can get. So that then we would have that, right? Would we have that? I'm just trying to see. There's something missing in here. There's something missing in here. Oh yes, yes. This forgot about this. And the reason I closed this off, okay, and don't forget, it looks like the diamond cut. And the reason I cut this off is because this is the lowest point. So I'm squaring everything off. And now if we look at this, I mean, my imagination says every triangle, and I'm not really sure where the water is usually darker. Is the water usually darker at the end here? Then I'm just trying to see, because you see there's a point here, there's a point here, and there's a point here. So I can almost like want to drag it somewhere else. I'm just trying to see where I'm going. So you have the the 5 points over here, right? So this, what is triangle? Why would we have to have this diamond? Is this gonna see that see the way it's two mountains, two different areas, the way it comes together and then it split up again? How is this going to come together? Where is the next partition and why? When now we have the 3 cubes that come together. Now we can reconnect another one this way. Now we sort of like have Babar the elephant. See Babar the elephant? That's Babar the elephant. That's what I'm seeing right now. Or it's a bird and his face is pushing forward. So that's that 5, and that's connecting the 2 rivers. I'm just trying to see exactly what's going on, how the energy is being transferred between the 2. I have to get a little bit deeper into this. Anyway, so we're going to stop with this. We're going to go on to this piece over here. In this piece over here, what I found really, really ironic, and I'm talking a lot about 88. So 88, okay, 88 times 88 equals to 77. 77, the word matter. 77, the word Christ. The invert to what is 77 is ape. 22. Go 22. But once you say go, we say green. And green is 49. And that is where Mars comes in, because Mars is the fourth planet and we are the 9 birth. And this happens to be the fourth from right to left, from left to right, and then 5, and then 4. From left to right, from right to left, palm up and palm down. So we have to understand. So we put the ring on the other hand's finger. We can call it the fourth finger. Is that what we do? Let's look this up. What finger does the marriage ring go on?
Fourth finger. According to Kozer Jewelers, engagement rings and wedding bands are almost always exclusively worn on the fourth finger of the left hand.
Wedding band, fourth finger of the left hand. Okay? It's the fourth finger of the left hand. So now, since it's the fourth finger of the left hand, my question is, it's the second finger next to the pinky. It's the fourth finger, it's the ninth finger, and it's the seventh finger. 2497. 2497. Same number. Now, where did I get this 2497? Oh boy, I'd have to look back in the video, but it's ironic the way it becomes that number. Go 5 by 26. I'm not going to get into that because you can say anything you want. 26 is card game. 52 is Earth. 25 is Jack. 504 is the Sun. 50 is actually 59, which is what is 5 and 9. It brings the E world over to the birth. They're inverts of each other. Here is your 9, and 32 is your 5. Here is your 9, and 41 home is your 5. 145 birth into the sun, DNA. 325 BC creation in the house of the cube in Kaaba. The reason for that is 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, right, is what's going to equal 6 and 5, and it's the invert of what is 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 comes together to become 3. And then once we have 1, we only need it once, because we have 1 heart for 2 worlds, or 1 spirit pass, and 1 moon, and 1 sun. But there's more on the way. There's more coming. Two times 2 equals 8. 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 and 8 is right over here for the 1 dot center to the 8 that goes around, to 3 times 3 times 3 to the 27 areas of the 9 faces of the cube, where 2 times 7, 14, here and here is 14 in dots. 6, 2, 1, 5, 3, 9, 14. Around is 14. 2 plus 7. 2 times 7 equals to 14, and I call it the ring. 2 plus 7 equals to 9, and it is the birth. Face birth, FB. It is the house of Bait. Bait house. It is the 9 lives of the cat, EIEIO, and 5 and 9 and 5 and 9. That is your gateway to the spirit of 76. And the reason that 5 and 9 and cat, like the cat scan, understanding more about what the word cat is, right? And why the cat chases the string and buries its poop in the sand. So 5 equals to numeric value of 42. And what happens they invert to each other, so they're perfect. And inside is 6 and 8. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. So what is 5 and 9? In its number, it creates 6 and 8, in which the payout is you place 6 and you get 7 to the 6 days of creation, to the 1 day of rest, to the total of 13, which what happens is 13 by 13 years equals to 169 moons, or 6, 1, and 6. What does that mean? If I use 6 cubes and then 1 cube and 6 cubes, that would be a total of 13. This is the setup in Monopoly. If you go across, because Monopoly has a square corner, right? And it's too high for a property. So you go 4, and then every property is by 2. So it's 2 by 9, okay, equals to 18 the properties. And then you have 1 by 4, right? Or RD, like in the third house, RD, the third house, DR, and that's a corner. And if you take both corners, you get another 4. So you have a total of 26. You end up the dog, the god, because the total is 26. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 and 8 becomes the natural heavens, the 44 area space between the corners. Where would I rather be right now? With a lot of people, or more people, or just by myself at one point or another. Learning that other side, learning that realm of peace and quiet. Not, but I'm coming here and I'm sharing, but that's where I'd like to be. No electricity around me, and discussing not just this, bringing the zodiac closer together, understanding more about why each planet that we speak of in the zodiac, its name has as much as important as the position that is in, for understanding numbers. So we look at this, right? What if we put it this way and they're offset? And then you put one at the bottom, you put it on this side. See that 8? Right? The other one's going to go that way on this side over here. And they're going to keep offsetting on each other. But they only have one portal, one passageway. See the way it looks like a cube going that way? Right? One of the cubes goes one way, one goes the other way. And then there's this one over here. Did we do that one together? This is what I call the 69 rotation. If you take I'm not sure if I did this. I mean, there's many ways to do the artwork, but really it's a 6 and a 6 and a 9. They're both 6 and 9. But if you put it this way, you have a building going down. Where do I get 6 and 9? See that circle here, and then down here, and this circle here, and up here. But together it creates 1, 8. 88. 4 times 4 times 4 equals to 64. 64 plus 12 equals to 76. The spirit of 76 is this answer. 6 and 4, 10 equals to 1 plus 0, 1. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 is 3. It becomes 1 and 3, 13. 7 and 6 is that 13. That is that answer. This will give you your freedom. It'll create 42, that gate, and 13. 13 is what makes you a man. So when it makes you a man, it makes you 28. Why? Because the word man equals to 28. 88 times 88, 77, 44. We get Jesus. We get space. We also, I forgot this one, we also get time. Pegasus, purple. What are all these things? These are the numbers that go along. The word purple equals to 88. Now also the word purple is also 72, because there's 2 of the same letter. This one over here, okay, equals to 69. So Pegasus is in rotation of the sun, of the birth sun. Take away 19 from 88 is 69. And the reason for that is because
33, the birth son, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is 3 times 3 equals 9, and 3 plus 3 equals to 6. And I call it the sun and Mars because this is the numeric value for sun. It is the numeric value for breath. It's a numeric value for love. And 9 equals to 15. And we end up with 9 and 6 again. But mathematically, this one over here will give me 29. And this one will give me 6 and 5. They'll give me 11, 11 at the end. 2 and 9, 11. 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. We have 2, 2. We have ape life, V. The life of EV, right? Where they're talking about the EV right now because that's what the life, it's 22 and 5. That's the life. 1, 3, 5, it's a divided life. It's the divided sun life. 21 and 11 is what's that, 32, the same thing as Mars. Why sun life and why divided? Because the ACE, 1, 3, and 5th letter, and the sun is the 21st letter. Sorry, 19th letter. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 21st letter, 2 and 1 is 3. 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. I call it the divided sun. So that's what I wanted to do in my piece of art. I wanted to express the omega. How can I do it? Maybe I can do it now. I wanted to show omega as to see this area here and this area here. So I wanted to go like this up. I'm going to take out another piece of paper. Maybe I can do this. Can I get this light over here? Just 1 second. Let me see. Can I see this? I'm going to try and show it to you. I'm going to try and design it. Two of these, and then up one, and then up one, and then here. And then I'm just going to continue it to 1, 2, up to here. Now 1, 2, over to here. Or was it like that? Hold on a second. Okay, it's not exactly the way I wanted to do it, but what it's actually doing, it's doing this, 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 and doing this. Okay, you see that? See that there? It almost looks like it's a person turned around, and you just have to put a body on the top of the 2 legs, right? Like frog legs. So it's doing it here. Let me see if I can. Let me see see that. So we got it going this way, then it goes this way. I should have. That's right. That's what I was supposed to do. I could have continued it. Well, should I put a blue hat on it? Yeah, I'll put a blue hat on it. Right. So it came here, it went this way, it went this way, it went this way, and it went this way, and it went this way. And then on top of 88, we have sort of like that spade or the club that's on top of it. You see this piece that's in here, this stand that's in here. Don't count this square. This square is in the stand. All we have is 3. And then the plug. The same way the way this 2 cube is made. Number 2. Where's number 2? There. Number 2 is more or less made. I'm not happy that I ruined this, but the 2 is more or less made as you got this, right? I mean, you don't take round plywood, right? And then you go and you do the same thing over here, right? And when you do that, this area here was never touched, and neither was this area, and neither was this area. The only thing that's ever been touched is these two things over here. So we have that V and V coming together. So we have 3, 3, and 3 that were never touched. It creates an opening. So there's our 9, 3, 3, and 3. And if we want, we can probably see that there's a passage this way between those two sides. Imagine these were turned the opposite way of these, right? And then there were passages over here, right? Because it's sitting up like this. When it sits up like that, this can go right through. Another thing is we usually don't go through a corner. So if we were going to go anywhere, we were going to go up here or down here or from here or in here or this one also. And this one too. This is the way it would be done. Because you see the smaller areas now. Now do you see the ribs that are starting? And the reason for this is you don't have a door over here, right? You don't have a door over here or here or here or here. But you can have a door here, 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 and here. And the game of roulette tells us it's number 17. Because when you go between two areas, it's 17. When you go in the corners, it's 8. So it's H and Q. So I did this. Let me move on. So we finished with this. Now we add this together now. So now we go 7744 plus 88 equals to 7832. And then we add on the 88 and it becomes 7920. That is crazy because that is Earth's diameter. And if you go 2 and 5, 7 as the numeric value for Earth, it becomes 25,920 of the Mayan calendar. 99 times 99 equals 98 or 1086 if you want to look at it upside down. And you can play with these numbers, but it also goes to Jupiter and 13. In other words, and not only that, we also have to understand that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that 99 divided by 7 equals Jupiter is 14.7 divided by 99, 07007. What does that mean? There's 7 letters in Jupiter. So we have to better understand it. But not just that, is that J is 10 and T is 20. So inside of Jupiter, you have now 1020 location, CB codes. But if you have 10, you have 19. And if you have 20, you have 29. So birth your DNA inside the sun in the house angels are inside of the Jupiter, according to this. The IT system in the sun. This is the male gate pass. This is the moon. Analog, dialogue, and now it's digital. Like in Pokemon. Can't exactly explain it. So now we did 99. So when we add up, if we're going to add these up, because there's a whole lot of there's a lot going on, so much going on. If you add up 1 times 1 times 1 equals to 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3, and this and this equals to 4. So we're just going to stop it right there. Then we're going to go 2 times 2 times 2 equals to 8. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals to 6, and that's your house planet. 8 and 6 equals to 14. Ironic how we come up with the same two numbers, right? I'm just trying to 16 times 111, 8 times 222, 44. Now, the other thing about this 88, half of that is 44 by 44 equals to 1936. 44 by 44 plus 88 equals to 2024. This is the period we are at the passing gate of the moon. We're in the time of, let's just do text. I'm just trying to see which way I want to go with this. I'm going to keep this very simple. H text 2023, 2024. 24, 8 is H, 4 by 2 is 16. 16 P, P and H. And this is just repeating the same thing. 4 times 2 is 8, by 2 is 16. So now we have 16. And then we have 2 plus 4 plus 2 equals to 8. Wow, 2402, my old address. Wow. So anyways, we get this now. 3 by 3 by 3 equals to 27. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals to 9. 9 and 27 equals to 36. So we now have a total of 4, 14, 36 equals to a total of 4 plus 14 plus 36 equals to 54. The sun breath, the IT system, this will be 9, 5, and 4. 4, 5, and 9. 4 and 5 and 9. Just looking at what it can be. I'm not going to get into it. So that's that. Now the invert of this, okay, the inverted numbers, bringing this to a perfect number, because the true invert is 8, okay, for the same cell. But we want to have a complete cell where we put 1 and 9 together. 1 and 9 comes together, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5. And then 2 and 5 come together, 3 and 4 come together, 1 and 6 comes together. Now the next one is 1 and 3 comes together, 2 and 2 comes together, 9 and 4 come together, 8 and 5 come together, 7 and 6 come together. This equals to 4, 4, 13, 13, 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4, 4, 4. Now, do we have any other 7s? Yes, we do. We have 9 and 7 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. Do we have any other 10s over here? Actually, we sort of do, but we don't. It's 19. Every single one of these is equal to 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So we have 50, and then we have 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 100K. Here we have 7, 7, 7, and then this one is 7. So we run the, here we run 28, here we run 50, here we run 28, and these are 4 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we run 20. The total is 98. Why do I run this? We have 1 month of 28 days. Although all the months include 28 days, we have actually 1 month. We have number 4 for 4 months of 30 days, and number 7 for the 7 months of 31 days. So this will be 120, this will be 217, and this will be 28, equaling to 365. The cube to the 7 days. The chicken is born on 21, the moon cycle of 28, alpha beta creation. 1, 2 equals to 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 5. 2 and 3, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 5 and 6. Whether that's a coincidence or not makes no difference. So let me see what we did here. Yes, so we did that multiplication. So the invert multiplication of 1, 2, 3 is 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9, and we ended up with 99. The equation of 999 equals to 9999. The equation of 8 by 8 by 8 equals to 7920. The equation of 7 by 7 by 7 and 7 plus 7 plus 7. Wow, this is really ugly. No one can understand it. Not even me. 7 times 7 times 7, okay, equals to 343. Well, no, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to do 77 by 77. This is 99 by 99. This is 88 by 88. This is not 7 by 7 by 7. I'm not. This is 77 by 77. Okay, just let me do this again. I have a few of them to do. 77 by 77 equals to, I didn't do it. 77 by 77 equals to 5929 plus 154 equals to 6,074. Spirit of 76, Jesus time cross cycle 7 come 11. Why 7 come 11? There's a face of 9. We're going to count 6. We're going to live 3 over. 6 dot, 3 void. We flip it over. There's 1. So we get 1 dot and 8 around and 8 void. So every single side reverse has 7, 11. Or we can go 3.5 and 5.5 if you want to go to the average. So that would be this number. So where would be number 8? So we did number 8. So number 88 is this, that, and this. And the total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 79, 20, and 6,074. 4 by 9 is 36, 16, and this one is 18, 13. Is that the right number? Did I get the right thing? 77 times 77 plus 77 plus 77 equals to 6083. Did I get that wrong? 77 times 77 equals plus 154 equals, yes, I did, 6083. How did I get it wrong twice? Let me see this. 77 times 77. Yeah, 5929 plus 154, okay, is 83. Let me write this down again. Okay, 83. Okay, so 11 and 6 equals to 17, all the same. This is 83. Did you notice it was 7 and 4, 11? Now it's 8 and 3, 11, right? Because we still have to do A, B, C, D. And once you reach D, where the mirror comes in, you go D and I come together. Like anything to do with DI or ID, because it's the 4th letter in the 9th where your birth comes in. It also represents green and 8. And 8's very special. 8's special. In 80, I don't have to add on the TY, just a Y, just putting on earth, adding earth to the heavens. So when you get the D, it's the D that's the mirror. So your greatest number is going to be 13 and it stops. After that, the E world is in between. The position 5 is in the center of all the other 8. So we don't have to add up anymore. 9 is the birth. 8 is the heaven, 7th in the gate. So we're actually all living at the 7th gate. So if we're living at the 7th gate, what number would we be living with? Would it be 4? No. 4 is inside of 5 and inside of 6. So we'd be living at 5 and 6. 7 come 11. See, 7 would be, look, 1 and 6 is 7. The voided to that is all 11s. K9. Every single face is 9. Every void of opposite faces is 11. 11 and 9 is actually K9 for the doghouse that we live. So we did all these numbers. Should I add them up? 9 and 3 is 12. 2 and 1, 9, 10, 11, 20 and 2. 20 and 2. 9, 8 and 7 is 15. 24002. Wow, that's an old address. Why would that be there? Oh, and this again creates that same situation. We're just going to look at this. 8 and 6 gives me the divided house of the 7th gate of the spirit is 76. 1 and 6. Anyways, I'm getting tired. No one's been here for 2 hours, but I have. Actually, it's 1 hour, but I'm tired. And for all those who come to watch the video, what do I do? What do I do? I look at numbers, I see what they create. We are coming into the 7th gate of the high heavens headquarters, Fox. Thank you for watching this video. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Peace.